Okay, and oh. Do you have a spare mask? I left mine in the car. Yeah. Thank you so much. Huh? Thank you.
Yeah.
There's also fruit snacks and waters over here, and also waters over here. If anybody wants to grab water before we start marching, please do so. Thank you.
Front row, we're going to be the right side of the meeting here. Follow you. Yeah.
Excuse me, hey, can I ask you something? Where'd you get the mask?
Well, actually, I got it at Juneteenth.
At Juneteenth. Oh, nice, nice. I hadn't seen one of those before.
Yeah, I like it.
So I saw a question, where did I get the mask? I found a medic as I first came in and asked them, and they got me this cloth bandana to use as a mask. That was really cool. And, you know, please keep commenting, chat amongst yourselves. I can't see the comments on the screen here, so something I set up isn't right with that. But I'll keep videoing what we see march.
Hey guys, stay with the balls! Hey, look here. lead. Make the space. Let him lead. Make the space. Make some room. Let him lead. Let him lead. There's no reason for a wrap up. Let's go. Let's go. This way. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Open up. Open up. Back up. Make some room. Let's go. Let's go. Please. Let's go.
Keep moving!
Please.
Keep moving! Keep moving!
We're gonna keep moving, y'all. We're gonna keep moving. Keep on going.
We've turned around Central between 4th and 5th.
No peace. 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 No peace! No peace! No peace! Black Lives Matter! 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 We all fight today, goddamn! Everybody, fuck the police! Fuck the police!
Justice!
power of the people don't stop.
Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Ain't no power like the power of the people, 'cause the power of the people don't stop. Our streets! 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 George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd! George Floyd! Breonna Taylor! 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 Breonna Taylor!
Police cars are basically at every intersection around the roundabout here at 8th and Central.
Behind the word. I just did a little 360. And as a black man in America, I've never had safety from every side. But right now, I have a group of white women that have me and all my black family members surrounded, protecting us. Think about what's going on right now. Look around and see what's actually happening in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We saw what happened in Portland. A lot of moms took it upon themselves to jump on Facebook, jump on Instagram. They called their friends. They reached out to more of their friends. And right now we have a full circle of moms who probably didn't know each other that well just a week ago. Getting them to stand unified the way they're standing right now, it wasn't easy. I say that because I want to tell them all thank you. A lot of things could have stopped us from showing up. There's always speed bumps when it comes to getting justice. You all hit speed bumps every day in life. But you're out here right now, so regardless of how many speed bumps you went over the past month, the past year, the past life, you're still going. Nothing is going to break you. Nothing is going to stop you from getting whatever it is that you want out of this thing called life. Make some noise for yourself. It's easy to sit at home and talk about what you wouldn't do and how you would do things different and how that person shouldn't be doing this and how that person shouldn't be doing that. What's not easy is to stand with us consistently, to show up consistently, to be out here and have 2 ears and shut your mouth and just listen. That's not the easy part, but you're doing that right now. You're all sitting here listening because you're showing my kids right now that their life matters. That their dreams matter. That their goals matter. The young man who spoke up here earlier when we were at this plaza, he said he's not afraid. Don't judge a book by its cover. Our blackness is our cover. Take it upon yourself when you see a person of color out in these streets, go out of your way to speak to them. Say hi, just wave, hold the door. Let them cut in front of you when you're getting on the freeway. All those little things matter because it's reprogramming. It gives that person who you just did something nice for a reason to be like, huh, shit, all that stuff that they were talking, it can't be about everybody because the black dude just let me cut and I know I was driving too fast. So we can all control what we can control. And those are the little things that we can control every day of life. Each one, teach one. It's not as hard as we make it. Racism is taught. There's no child that's ever woke up and he was just like, oh, I hate black people. It's not one in history. So with that said, we have to make sure we hold ourselves accountable when we see somebody preaching that racism, that fascism, that bullshit that for some reason, it seems like our country runs off of it. It's like when someone sees another race being put down, instead of them being like, hey, that's wrong, they're kind of like, damn, I'm glad it's not me. And when you do that, you're just as guilty as the person that's doing the bad things to that race. I can't help but think about my kids, man. Like,
Right.
it kills me to think that we can't get it right. We can get it right. I know we can get it right. We have no choice but to get it right.
That's right.
I mean, I can sit here or stand here and say the same thing over and over. You all get it. That's why you're here. The conversation that we need to have is those uncomfortable conversations with the people who could give a damn about what you really mean. They just know that they don't agree with it. Those are the people that we need to have these conversations with. When you're at your dinner table and Uncle Jesse says that bullshit, right? Don't just check it and leave the conversation. You gotta check it and pull him to the side. Be like, look, Uncle Jesse, such and such did it like this, and this is why I look at it like this. Education starts in your household. And we all have the ability to educate someone else. I don't know everything. Raise your hand if you know everything. So being that none of us know everything, we can all learn something from the person next to you. And we should feel obligated to wake up every morning and try to learn something. And don't learn no bullshit. Excuse my language, kids. The object of a question is to obtain information that's valuable to you. So we have to take that same principle to life. I don't want to learn anything that's not valuable to me being a better father, a better person, a better human, a better citizen in the city of Albuquerque. I don't need it. I said it earlier, there's going to be a lot of people out here selling stuff. Raise your hand if you see one of your friends that they're selling masks now. They might be selling t-shirts. Raise your hand if you got a friend that you know that's selling t-shirts, masks. Anybody? There's always going to be somebody trying to sell you something. You don't have to buy it. We have to weed out the people who are selling us the negative shit that isn't helping us get towards our goal. If our goal is actual equality, if our goal is actual liberation, then anybody who's not contributing to the well-being of that is hurting it. They're hindering it. You need to take those people out of your life as a whole, because those people aren't going to do anything but make your life harder. Take the days off of your life. Everybody here woke up this morning. There's some people that didn't do that. They went to sleep last night and they thought they were going to be able to do whatever it is they wanted to do the next day. The Breonna Taylor. The George Floyd. There are so many names that don't have the same abilities that we're blessed with right now. So being that we have the ability to wake up, we can do anything with our life from this stage forward. Once you woke up, everything else that you do from that stage is on you. It's up to you to wake up and be like, this is what I'm going to do to get me towards my goal. If you wake up and you sit on the couch and you don't do anything, but you expect progress. Come on, man. I know I'm preaching to the choir. We have to do the things that get us to where we want to go. It can't just be talk. Because talk is cheap. Talk is cheap, and they're running out of change in America. But the change that we're out here fighting for, they're not running out of that change. And that change is gonna come sooner than later. I'm tired of waiting. We're done waiting. We're done asking. The time is now.
That's right.
We're not taking no for an answer. We're not gonna go back and hide. If Trump says he's sending 35 people, then I'm gonna put out a call to my community. And this is what you're gonna get, because I heard they said 35 people was gonna be out here, right? Trump sent 35 people. I can look around, we got about 1,000 people out here, and I don't see them 35 people. And not only are we not scared, not only are we not gonna be bullied, not only are we not gonna sit back and watch our Hippocratic president sit back and act like he's doing so much for a country that we all know he doesn't give a damn about. We're gonna show up in November. We're gonna stand in line. We're gonna stay 6 feet away from each other. We're gonna have our masks on. We're not mailing in ballots this year. We're not waiting for Trump to say, oh, we're gonna push the election off this year. We're gonna stand up for our rights. We're gonna hit these ballots. We're gonna hit these congressmen and everybody else where it hurts. In their pocket, in their political vote. I'll say this. 4 years ago, we had Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump. And the whole argument with my friends was, man, it's like voting for the least of the evil person, you know? 4 years later, we're in the same situation. Don't be distracted and be fools to the fact that they want you to be like, don't vote for Biden. It's not necessarily a vote for Biden. It's not a vote for Trump. So, right now, he's not the best choice. He's the only choice. Trump has to go. He has to go right now because he stirred up a whole bunch of people who let my kids feel like they're not valued. We didn't see the KKK and these other people riding horses through our city freely until Donald Trump became president. That's because if your leader-in-chief in command is an asshole, is a hypocrite, is a person who doesn't have any common sense, is a person who doesn't value your body, what can you expect from his fan base? We can expect exactly what we've been getting. Nothing. New laws that hurt us, that hinder our communities that are already impoverished. Those 35 people that I talked about, he sent them out to our lowest income neighborhoods for gun cons. They've only made one arrest. That person that they arrested is facing 10 years federal charges. 10 years. I say that to say this. If you're 21 years of age and you have no conviction, go to the gun store and buy your guns. That's not enough, sir. If you're 21 years of age, don't buy your gun from your friend that's in the back of your cousin's house. Go to the gun store. We have gun shows every 3 months. There's no reason to be illegal when you can be legally carrying a firearm and exercising your Second Amendment right as you should. We have to take this thing called power out of their hands. We give them too much power. We say power to the people, right? I'm gonna say power to the, you all say people. Power to the people! We say that because we are... A couple weeks back, we had a nice rally. It was an anti-mask rally. They didn't have this helicopter flying around. They didn't have these police blocking off the street. They didn't have 30 to 60 fully armed riot police sitting in the convention center and send over an invitation to them and say, hey, you should send all your people over here to the convention center. And once we send some of our security detail to check that out, we realized it's 30 plus armed people over there. So are they protecting you all? Did they want us to go over there to be protected? Or did they want us to feel some type of way? Because we all know how we feel when it's that many armed police officers, right? Would you all feel safe? Make some noise if you feel safe. Damn, we quiet out here. My point is, we understand what they're doing. They want to push us into the corner. There is no corner right here. We're in a circle. There's no corners in the circle. You can't push us into something that doesn't exist. We refuse to back down from anybody, any terrorist, foreign or domestic. Because it's our right to do so. Because if we don't, who will? You're not sitting at home, you're out here, ready to be used. At the least, you're using your body to do just this, which is something. Don't let anyone from the outside tell you what you're doing is insignificant. Nobody's... Just because you see me standing up here and speaking, you standing there listening is just as valuable as me standing up here talking. In this movement, we're going to treat the janitor with the same respect as we treat the CEO.
Let's go.
Hello, everybody. My name is Julie, but that's not really important right now. What is important is that the average life expectancy for trans women of color, especially black trans women, is 35 years of age.
That's not right.
The black mothers are 3 times as likely to die in childbirth as white mothers. Black and brown schools are constantly being shut down and underfunded, and we are sending our kids to that, where the prison pipeline is ever rampant in those schools. We live in a time of COVID, where black people are on the front lines working childcare, working restaurants, putting themselves at risk because they don't have another choice. Because landlords are evicting people illegally.
That's right.
One of our own was wrongfully evicted from her home.
Go, Celinda.
Yes, Celinda Guerrero, if you didn't even know her. She's the leader of Mutual Aid. We live in a system where racism is deeply rooted. It's not just the police, it's in our healthcare, it's in our politics. I am a white individual, and I feel for my black, brown, indigenous communities. The stories that I have heard have hurt me, but I don't have to live it every day. I know I can leave here, and I have the privilege that walks out with me. And I know the other white individuals here do as well. So with that privilege, I stand here today, educating others. I will leave here today, educating, and I hope that all of you do as well. We need to understand that these injustices are deeper than us, and our movements are here. We are here to tear it down. The system will not fall if we do not speak out against it. We need numbers, we need people. Tell your friends. The 1%, the police, the system will fall. Because they have power in the what? They have power in the what? People! Yes! The thing
thank you all for coming out today. Thank you all for supporting. Thank you all for hosting this event. And I pass this off to whoever wants to speak next.
Thank you.
I also want to echo that education starts right now, because in 2012 came out that APD, if they were involved in a shooting, received paid time off and reimbursement for decompression activities. What that translates to is that APD can go into your home and murder you, and then your tax dollars pay for their vacation and their spa day to wash your blood off of their hands. Is that okay? That was in 2012, and do you know what has changed since then? Nothing! The other thing I want to point out is APD, right here, this year, has murdered 2 individuals. On January 6th, Orlando Obeda was on a bus stop. APD came, and within about 4 seconds had gunned him down, and he died in the street. An indigenous man who struggled with addiction and homelessness, and he didn't have a chance. On March 30th, Valente Acosta Bustillos was murdered in his own home. His daughter called the police for a welfare check, and these officers knew him personally. They asked how his family was when they showed up. They chased him into his home, they gunned him down as he ran away, and they listened to his screams on the bathroom floor as he bled to death. Is that okay? The answer is actually in the Declaration of Independence, because Thomas Jefferson wrote that the governing body derives its power from the consent of the governed. Do any of you consent to be governed like this? No! He went on to say that it is our right, our duty, and our responsibility, just like Arthur said, to overthrow that government and install one that serves our needs.
That's right.
Revolution is the most American thing you can do. Police brutality and racism are the symptoms, and capitalism is the disease. The answer is social revolution.
Power to the people.
Power to the people.
All the people.
When black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When indigenous lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When immigrant lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When trans lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
What do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
Anybody else that may want to come up and speak? Don't be shy. This platform is made for you. For the people, by the people. Don't all run up at once. Alright, so right now, if you can, I'd ask you to take a knee. We had a precious life taken from us. J.B. White is a basketball player, a black basketball player out of Santa Fe. He had just signed with the University of New Mexico. He graduated a year early. I don't want to say because he felt like he needed to, but he wanted to hurry up and get the process going. He was murdered at a party just north of Santa Fe. And right now, we're just going to honor his life by taking a moment of silence. Thanks.
Alright, are there any more children in the crowd that may want to speak? Children? How about you two right here? Don't be shy, you can turn this way and talk. Anybody? Well, just to speak to violence in the city of Albuquerque. This shit has to get old. Our kids don't have anything to do. We're living in COVID. How can we tell our kids to be safe when we can't be safe? I heard somewhere that the safest communities aren't the most policed communities. They're the communities with the most resources. So we need to be resourceful. We need to share our resources. I'm gonna take it to the streets one time. I don't know if back in the day when you had that good plug and you didn't want to share your plug because you didn't want your friend to get what you were getting for the same price because you was making a little bit more every time they come buy something. You can still win. There's enough to go around. You don't have to win off of that person. You can bring them in and teach them how to fish instead of just giving them a fish. Because if you teach them how to fish, they'll forever be able to go fish. They'll eat for a lifetime. So we have to utilize our resources. Share your resources. If you see somebody post something and say, I need something, tell them you got it. Reach out to your friends. Be each other's backbone. Because once we start doing that, we'll no longer start looking towards this system to be our backbone. Your friends won't need that $600 that was coming from the government. Because you've already gave them 8 different resources to where they're going to make $3,200 a month now. It's not rocket science. It's just something that's not easy. I'm not going to hold you all too long because I'll be standing here talking all night. Looking back at my kids, they're ready to go. Just understand that when I see you all out, when I see you all post, when I see you all show some sign of solidarity with any group who needs that support, it means something to me. It doesn't go unnoticed. It's great when it comes to that same history book, when they're writing about Albuquerque, New Mexico, they're only going to have that one night where Trump sends his friends through to break up so many windows downtown. But other than that, there's never been a disturbance. There's never been any violence. There's only been this, right here. Show unity. I'm proud of my city. And every time I think I may not have something else to be proud of, you all give me another reason to be proud. Keep doing what you're doing. There's going to be people that tell you, how can you keep doing it? Tell yourself you have no choice. There are no other options. It's either this or we sit back home and watch our brothers and sisters, because make no mistake about it, just because I'm black, I'm still your brother. You're still my sister. So when I see something bad happening to any one of y'all, I feel the same way as it happens to my kids, to my sister, to my mom. I want to give a shout out to the Red Nation. Yesterday, they had a demonstration, and the New Mexico Civil Guard put out a few messages on Facebook. I've been locked out of my Facebook for the past few days, so I didn't get to see it. But I guess they said they were going to show up at her house. I'm here to let you all know that my Instagram, my Facebook, and every other social media is public. Feel free, if you feel unsafe anywhere in the state of New Mexico, to contact us. We will not only show up to make sure you feel safe, we will stay there as long as it takes. And for my younger cats crowd, no cap. No cap. and my people are willing to die for everybody that's in these streets right now. So if we're riding by and we see something going wrong with you, we're not whipping out our camera. We're not yelling, "Oh, dang, world star." No. We're coming to help you. It's a crazy fight. It's a fight that once you really think about it, there is no end. It's like running a race. And you look down the finish line, you're like, I can beat him to there. This race that we're running together for equality, there is no finish line. You don't know how long this race is going to be. As Nipsey said, it's a marathon. We're playing chess, not checkers. We have to make sure our next move is our best move. We can't move the same way our ancestors moved. You know why? Because we're in the same position that our ancestors were in. So we're going to take a little bit of what they do, a little bit of whatever, and a little bit of something else, with a whole bunch of everything else, and whatever else y'all got planned, we're going to throw a little bit of that in there, and we're going to see if that works this time. Our children are the future, and we're going to fight damn hard to make sure that the future that we want is the future that they can be proud of. It's the future that when we die as parents, we don't have to worry about what kind of world we left behind for our children to grow up in. It should be one built off of love, integrity, respect, and accountability for everybody. And as long as you do that, everybody should treat you the exact same way, regardless of your skin color, regardless of what neighborhood you were born in. We all have to love each other just because. Just because you're who you are, I love you. That's it. That's it. We make this thing called life more difficult than it has to be. All we have to do is wake up and love whoever you see. A lot of people, they'll see a homeless person and they may jump on their Facebook like, and then you'll see them handing the water to the homeless person, right? Sometimes that can be a good thing because that may motivate somebody else. But the majority of times, those people are doing that for something called clout. Not only does that hurt the person's feelings who you just gave the water to, it demoralizes them. It makes them feel unhuman. Nobody wants to feel like they need anybody. I say that to say this. Do stuff out of the kindness of your heart because it makes you feel good on the inside. Not because somebody that's watching is going to give you 100,000 likes. Not to try to go viral. Because it makes you feel better when you go home. I'm a little old and I'm going to show my age, but in the cartoons back in the day, they used to always have the little angel that popped up on this side and the little devil that popped up on this side. You'll be like, oh, you should go get this $100,000 over here. And the angel be like, boy, you know you don't need that $100,000. A lot of stuff that come attached to it. And the devil be like, but you broke. Those are the hard options that you're going to have to think through in this thing called life. We all know that this is the good way. But we also all know that we're broke. And we're living check to check. And we're trying to figure out how we're going to make sure our kids aren't doing the same thing that we're doing. Make sure you do what's right. Because it feels right. Don't take that easy road. A slogan builds value in. It's like you buy a house at $30,000, a HUD home. You put $10,000 into it. 2 years later, you take your capital out of that house because now your house is worth $120,000. So instead of going to the car lot and buying a brand new car that you probably can't afford, make sure you invest your money in something that you're actually going to get back. With that said, we'll ask the moms to start from back here and go ahead and come back up central for us. And then everybody who's in the march will just follow behind them. We'll head back to Civic Plaza. We'll have somebody touch the microphone. He's going to bless y'all with a quick song, and then we'll disperse. Once again, we appreciate everybody for coming out. I'd like to thank Torrance Green, LaQuante, Frankie over there, the Batman hat, that's Frankie over there, for all their hard work. And last but not least, I love you all, man. I love you. Straight up. Thank you all.
You guys missed the best one that we ever did. We marched all the way from the college to that one.
Thank you, fine sir.
I'm sorry. This was a protest. I can't hear you.
I'm gonna say that I'm gonna take later the flag on you. See my football. You guys are bad, and that's why I stick with you guys.
Oh, you dropped something?
You two are bad to the bone.
Fuzzy, thank you.
Do I feel more safe with this other moms just on TV? too far. Louder! Louder! Don't shoot! 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 Don't shoot!
So sorry. Like, I don't know if you would like a hug. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay. Again, I'm so sorry that he's opting off. Have you been in politics opposition? Did you come down with the group? You want to fucking go?
Yeah.
Welcome in our city! Ready? F is for friends who march through the whole town. U is for unity! N is for no more racist cops! Welcome in our city!
Are you streaming?
Yeah,
Where are you streaming to?
I'm trying to get it uploaded to Woke TV Live.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cross exposed, so I have a
So,
stream-
and apparently, from what I know, they'll be hearing. They can still hear what's going on.
Yeah.
This is what they're seeing right now.
Sure.
It's making me crazy.
Oh, I hear ya. Yeah, I used to cover protests exclusively 6 days a week from 2011 through early 2013.
During Occupy.
Yeah, during Occupy, I covered a lot of Occupy protests, but I covered other stuff as well.
Yeah, and me, I was a political consultant for 30 years in this state.
Okay, cool.
So I talk a lot about like what the legislature